Well, Ian, it's that time of the week again. Cogitation time. What about Nokia? Still number one in the world in terms of handset sales, but somehow they're perceived as slipping. What's going on? Just looking at the figures, 42% of their shares are down on Wall Street, Nokia shares, over the past 3 months. Yeah. That sort of thing can't go on.
That's bad.
It is bad. What they actually need is a decent phone, a decent smartphone, and something that people would buy, and then they wouldn't be in this trouble anyway.
That should do the trick.
Talking about their smartphone strategy, or actually...
Oh, what strategy?
Well, exactly, the big hole where their smartphone strategy ought to be. So what Ollie Pecker's doing is reorganising the company yet again, second time in 6 months, which is always a sign of desperation. They're banking everything in the short term on these new N8 smartphones, which they are saying are entertainment powerhouses. Well, you know, if you just imagine opening the box in anticipating getting a phone and find you've got an entertainment powerhouse, I'm not sure that people necessarily want that. They've issued their second profit warning in the second consecutive month. If they issue another profit warning for the third month on the trot, heads are going to roll, and I think the CEO will be the first to go.
And unless they get it together, the people that are running Nokia now are going to be out on their ears.
The board is actually actively looking for a new CEO now, probably to be in post by the end of August, so we're told.
It's a Thursday. It must be Martin kicking Google again. I know you've got another Google story, Martin.
I haven't kicked Google for a while, really. I mean, I've been very quiet about them. They claim to be organising the world's data and the world's content. They're trying to pretend there's something that they're not. Google will soon be in a position to be able to help individuals decide what news they want to watch.
Oh, I love that word, help. Google has been in close cahoots with Verizon, and the word is that they're cooking up a kind of deal between themselves as a kind of spearhead for the rest of the industry.
The Chinese authorities don't like the way Google have been handling things. They wanted self-censorship within the .cn domain. Google is big, but it's not as big as the Chinese Communist Party. Also, of course, is the fact that they're working with some strange bedfellows. It turns out, 3 or 4 times over the past year, they've been meeting with the National Security Council and looking at stuff to do with Russia and the Middle East and all this. But now, what on earth can that be about? The last point on this is they're actually working in partnership with the NSA, the National Security Agency, which is a very shadowy organisation, which was pilloried under the George W. Bush administration.
Too intrusive for Bush. Well, there's a recommendation. And again, we've been very hard on Google, haven't we? Especially Mr. Martin Warwick. He tends to get the old boot in on Google occasionally. So I thought while he was away, I might say something relatively positive about them. I quite like Google. So, Martin, I think I can hear Matron sort of strapping her boots on now and bouncing her football up and down. So,
what a terrifying thought. God, I'm going to run away already. I think that sounds like the creaking wheels of the portable commode. It's Matron with the pills. It's certainly time for my dose, and probably for yours.
I think I can hear court shoe on linoleum. That tells me that Matron's heading our way, Robert. We've got to be quiet soon.
And rather worryingly, she seems to be carrying a long length of rubber tubing and a large funnel.
Oh, not that again.
We've got a great evening in front of us, and Matron is off on her hauls, and we're going to have a feast in the ward later on.
Oh, goody.
There's going to be some ginger beer and some lashings, or lashings of ginger beer, I'm not sure which, but it sounds good to me. And neither of us get the compulsory enema tonight, which I'm not so sure about. I quite enjoy it.
I was looking forward to that.
There were reports earlier in the week of a beached whale in Mablethorpe, and it did indeed turn out to be Matron.
Are they sort of splashing water over her to keep her, alive, making her skin nice?
They're splashing something on her. Don't let's go any further in that direction.
Okay. Can you hear that click clack click clack?
I can. I don't know what it is. I think it might be Matron. I know you're going to be in the ward this evening with her, but I've got a chitty to get out because I've volunteered to go to Mablethorpe to actually help clear up the oil slick where she was on the beach last week, because somewhere in the region of 2 tons, we believe, of various sorts of creams and unguents were used on her to keep her supple during her holidays. Oh dear. Now I'm going to be slippery all over.
She's been poulticing again.
She has. It's awful.
God, we won't be shown in Australia at this rate. We'll fall foul of the Great Firewall.